Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry I feel like it's been a while, but it hasn't. It's been like a week, I guess. Probably even a little shorter. It's also nighttime, so sorry for the bad lighting if it's really bad. My lamp in my room's not very good. So one of the things I wanted to mention before I started with the new episode of Haikyuu review is Teen Wolf started again yesterday. So, season 4. And I haven't seen it yet. Mostly just because of school, and I wanted to run this by you guys. For those of you who have seen my Teen Wolf videos, I don't know if the people who are watching my Haikyuu ones have seen them, but I did that, when season 3B was still going. And so I was thinking of going back to that, but I don't want to stop with Haikyuu because I really like Haikyuu, and I like doing reviews. So what I was thinking of doing, for a test run was trying to do Haikyuu sometime between Sunday and Wednesday, and then doing a Teen Wolf review of the episode between Wednesday and Saturday, or I guess Wednesday and Sunday, but I most likely will end up doing it Friday. I'm going to try and do 2 a week, so the Teen Wolf one I will hopefully have watched and reviewed Friday or Thursday, and hopefully I'll just get those out, but I will definitely keep doing Haikyuu. I'm pretty sure there's only probably going to be 24 episodes for this first season. Hopefully, I don't know, they're going to catch up to the manga pretty fast, so I think there's probably about 20, they can make it out to 24 episodes, though, with where it is right now. But that'll probably be done in, like, mid-September, 12, yeah, somewhere around there, and Teen Wolf will still be going, probably. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna try and do 2 reviews per week. If this doesn't work, I'll let you know, and you guys, I guess, just let me know which one you'd prefer for me to do. But since this is my Haikyuu review, you guys probably want to see Haikyuu more than Teen Wolf. But anyways, so I'm gonna try to do both. Yeah, that's decided for now. Anyways, okay. So, for Haikyuu, episode 12, I don't even remember the names of any of the episodes. But anyways, it was the beginning of the match between Nekoma and Kurasuno. So, you got to meet not all of them, because not all the characters' names were introduced. But you got to meet the players of Nekoma and see how they work and sort of their styles. You mostly got to see Kenma, and I don't remember his name, and the blocker that was blocking Hinata in the episode. You also got to see how they work, although you got to see how the whole team works as well, who are really good at receiving. And I really like Kuro's little speech he gives, even though Kenma doesn't like it, about how they need to keep the blood flowing and they're the oxygen, and they're letting the mind work. And the manga, they also called Kenma not only the mind, but the heart. I don't know if they didn't do that in the anime. I don't think, unless they did that in a flashback. I don't remember. Either way, they call him the heart and the mind, or in the brain. And so I like the little speech just because it signifies teamwork and how much the team works. And I really like Nekoma team a lot. When I actually first started reading, sorry for distract. When I actually first started reading Haikyuu, on the cover of the website I was reading it off of, because I can't find Haikyuu books for the life of me in print, where I live anyways, they actually had a picture of the Nekoma team, and when I started reading, I'm like, who are these people? They're not the people on the cover of this book, because by that time they had already met Nekoma, and the team was on the chapter cover, and that was just the chapter of the cover of the book, since it was the most recent chapter. I'm just like, who, what? So I actually really like, this team. And so yeah, in this episode you got to see Kenma and why he plays volleyball, since, especially considering he said he wasn't even that really into it, and he just plays just because, mostly just probably because Kuro encourages him. And I really like how he, like, feels like everyone's judging him, and he feels like he needs to, like, be as quiet as possible and hidden, because he doesn't really want people to think badly of him, but at the same time it gives him time just to observe everyone. I don't know, it's just a weird, behavior, but I'm sure there are other people that do that. I'm not one of those people because I'm not very quiet. Usually, I don't know. Either way, not. And this episode, again, was why you got now see the flow of Kurasuno and how they work together, and how Daichi's in the beginning, they're new, they're, like, fragmented, they're not, they haven't really had a chance to really work together as a team, and this is their chance to do that. You have to see how, even though they're new, when they don't know each other, well, majority of them haven't really worked together or know each other very well, they can still flow together, and they still worked, and, one of the things I don't like, I want to say, is that this episode all of a sudden, like, just, sorry, really close in for my face, centered back in on Hinata, now that we've got Asahi and, Tanaka and Nishinoya, and, it also mentions some stuff about Sugi and how he was, like, watching Kenma and, quick to think and blah, 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 and it said some stuff about Kageyama, and it mentioned the team because it mentioned what Nekoma was thinking about the team, but at the same time, it went to Hinata and how, like, this is one of his first games, and since he's keep getting blocked, he needs to now work past this, and he's developing a new ability, and that's great, and I like that, and I like how he's still developing, because he's probably one of the most undeveloped players, because he hasn't played in a lot of games, but at the same time, it's sort of just, like, focusing on him again, and yeah, he's the main character, I get it, but it's like, you just got new teams, yeah, if that skill's not, well, I guess since, if that skill's not working, why are you still, like, focusing on him? But, send them to other players so they can try and work it out. But at the same time, this is a practice game. While winning is great, this practice game is mainly to, learn more skills, see what works, see what doesn't work. That's why it's a practice game. So I get it. So I get why they're focusing on Hina and trying to get him past this because he, like I said, is the most undeveloped player. They're trying to make him more developed and learn more skills. And which he is doing, which you saw near the end of the episode, when he kind of won a mid-air battle, but he hit it out of the court. But it's sort of just like, you got more people than just Hinata, But, that's probably something they don't show in the anime, and they didn't really show much in the manga either. Because of you noticing, like, when it shows the scoreboard, they're not, like, too far behind, so it's not just Hinata. And plus, there's the times when Hinata's out, when Nishinoya comes in, and Tsuki's in. And so it's just like, oh, okay, other people are doing stuff. I just wish, while it's not so important, they would show, I guess, like, behind-the-scene things, like, Asahi still getting, like, past them with his spikes. They did that, like, once, and where Nishinoya is just, like, the Librero, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry, but, on the Nakamo's team, like, got hit his spike with his hand, but at the same time, it's sort of just, like, everything's about Hinata, guys. Either way, though. But I really like what's happening with Hinata right now. And he's really developing, and he's going to learn something that's going to be really helpful. And like the coach said, it's something that the little giant had to do too, learn how to fight mid-air battles because he's not tall. And so it's good that Hinata's learning this, and he's going to further develop it and have to do other stuff. But at the same time, it's just like, other teammates. One of the things I did like, though, in the beginning, how that I mentioned last episode, I really liked Hinata's reaction towards Kenma and, like, recognizing him, and Kenma just like, well, you didn't ask, and I knew this because this, and like, how just straightforward he was, and Hina's like, oh. And then, with Yamamoto and Tanaka, who are very similar, which is beautiful, except one's a city boy, one's not. I like their reactions to each other, and especially Yamamoto's reaction to Kyoko was beautiful, and how the other two teammates who made bets that they did have a female manager was like, score, we won yakisoba bread. That was a really funny interaction, and I liked that. And then, I don't remember the other guy's name. I think he was the libero. I don't remember, because he wasn't wearing his white jersey, which is really bad. It shows you who I focus on. And Suga, like, trying to calm them down, like, oh, you guys are embarrassing, you're so embarrassing, and then it shows Kuro and Daichi as the captains, like, oh, this guy's clever, we need to watch out for him. So it's just kind of funny, and I like, the comparisons between the two teams. It sort of made me think of Prince of Tennis, because originally, the mangaka was gonna have, crap, why am I blanking on his name? Crap. was gonna have, literally can't remember his name right now, which is horrible. He wears like the leopard print though, and I think his name starts with the K, and for some reason I really can't think of it right now. Hold on a second. I didn't look it up. I didn't, however, remember it. I was gonna look it up, but I couldn't find anything else, and I didn't want to exit out in case it stopped recording. But it was, Toyama Kentaro, but he has the spiky red hair, and he goes to, like, some school that starts with an S, but he was, I don't know if he was still gonna go to, Seigaku, but he was gonna be the main character, but instead he changed it to Ryoma. I don't remember why, but he just did for some reason, and, I thought that was pretty interesting, and instead he just made, Kentaro just one of Ryoma's rivals later. And so it makes me wonder if the mangaka of Haikyuu was going to maybe make Kenma and the Nekoma school like the main characters, but instead like had like a second thought or had like some other concept art or something, just a better idea with Hinata. But I don't actually know that for a fact. But that would have been interesting if that was true, because Nekoma later you will see like gets focused on and is one of the good rivals and good kind of friends, I guess, with the Kurosuno, which makes sense from the rivalries I have in the past, but, you know, it just makes me wonder what thought came in with developing this team, because it seems more thought out and more, like, cared for than the other teams. Not that Kayama's old team that was seen wasn't either, but I don't know, I just feel like Nekoma is closer to the mangaka's heart, but that's just so far, but no, yeah. Anyways, so this episode was good. Again, it, mainly focused on Hinata, sorry, and to a point when he keeps getting blocked to try and develop something new, and it's mostly just seeing the two teams work together fluidly, seeing the two different styles, and, you know, the two different setters. They mentioned that Kenma, you know, you don't really notice, but he has, like, some special abilities, but they're not really shown. Well, Kayama, just by looking at him, you can see that he's a genius and he's just got talent. So, with these two teams, I noticed a lot, even with just the characters themselves, how I noticed with, how I mentioned with Tanaka and Yamamoto, you know, you compare them a lot. You compare the teams a lot, their similarities, their differences, even the characters, like I said, the character personalities, or, like, the character personalities and the teams themselves, you can compare and then you contrast and you see how different they are, but they're very similar as well. And I like that a lot, which again makes me think of what the mangaka was thinking when she made the school. But anyways, it was a good episode. Not too exciting. Again, I liked how this anime brings, and the manga as well, brings in like a funny themes and like serious parts. But it also keeps, like, the action and the sports theme and, you know, everything together. Like, I also like how, you know, like, again, both, that you have Takeda, the teacher advisor, and, you know, he's like you, well, unless you know volleyball really well. I think I mentioned this earlier, but again, they bring it up again when they're talking about Nishinoya's, job as the libero, and you know what it does, and why they're switching, and blah, 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 blah. And so it's nice for people who don't know how to play volleyball and are just kind of watching it because of the characters and stuff, so you can still kind of learn and understand, you know, what's going on. So it's one of the things I really liked, and I think I maybe have mentioned that before. But this is a good episode. I hope you liked it. I'm more excited about next episode. This one isn't really one of my favorites, even though it has like a lot of Hinata development, you know, and he smiled when he got beaten, and, you know, showed that his will isn't gonna get beaten down. He's gonna like keep striving, and he's gonna be one of those characters, like I said, I think last one, that encourages and makes other people admire him and like gets them enthusiastic because he's not giving up, so they shouldn't either, kind of a thing. But yeah, I think that's it, and I've talked enough. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll have a Teen Wolf one out, later this week, and hopefully, I don't know if you guys will watch that, but just to let you know if you want to. But that'll be out, and I'll have another Haikyuu one, up next week. Yeah, so just feel free to comment, like or dislike or whatever. But bye, and have a good night, guys, and good rest of the week as well. Love you.